Hello everyone, this is Dr. Gwen from the Dr. Gwen International Training and Empowerment Academy and host of the iTunes show, The Dr. Gwen Show. Now, I know it is a holiday weekend and I wanted to come out and talk with you a little bit later in the day because I figured that the full day time may be a little bit busy with your family and friends as it should be. So I want to thank you first of all for joining me, and I am actually looking to see who is getting on here with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the people that I invited come on this live broadcast because we're going to be talking about a topic that's important. Can you really have it all? So my friends, grab your cup, grab your pen, grab your loved ones, grab whoever you can, and join me here on this live broadcast. Hi, Heather. And we will be talking about how you can possibly have it all. Now, I wonder, are you one of those people who feel like you are stuck in life, like you have your life on hold and you just can't seem to be fulfilling everything that you want? I have been there too, believe me. And now with 3 grown kids, I think I have the button to really tell how you can successfully get to fulfilling on whatever you want in your life. Now, you know what the trouble is though? The trouble is that often we live our lives and we're waiting for a day or a time when things will be just right. When this situation works out, then we'll be able to do X or Y. I know that was the same for me. There was a time when I was in school and I was working on a degree and I thought, boy, I don't have time to hang out with my friends. So I'm just going to wait until I'm done with this degree and then I'll be able to do it. Then once I was done with that degree, I moved. So I never did get a chance to do that. So the whole idea of this live broadcast is so you understand that life is in the journey. There's not a destination to get to, because if you are waiting for a destination to get to, you're going to end up like all of these other people who left this earth literally with their dreams and their desires in the grave. And I know that's not what you want. That is not why you're here. You feel you have a bigger purpose that you can fulfill. And so that is why I'm talking to you. So this week, I will be going into my archives and I'll be sharing some tips with you on how I personally survived my journey, how I managed to raise 3 kids single-handedly, even though I was married. I was married to a husband that was absent for the most of it. I had to pick up the kids. I had to run them here and there. If there was a doctor's appointment, it was just me alone. The brunt of everything was on me. And I was determined that I was not going to let my kids suffer and that I was going to pour into my kids' life whatever they needed to cause them to be successful adults. And I am very, very proud to say that that's what I felt like I did. And their lives now is evidence of that. So what may you be struggling with? What do you have that you want to know about? There are some tips that I'm going to definitely be leaving with you, and I want you to be able to write down some of these because we're going to continue these as we go throughout the week. So now how about you? Would it be of value to you if I shared my story that would help to empower you on your journey to fulfilling whatever you want in your life? Would it really be valuable to you? I mean, I want to see your comments below. Okay, so I am assuming that the answer is yes, right? You want to know just how to do this. So let's get into some things that you need to do as a start before you can even begin to sort through how you're going to get to what you want. Do I believe you can have all that you want? I do. And it's going to require some prioritizing, and I'm going to actually get to it. I'm going to tell you just how you can do that with your dreams and your goals. Now, the first thing that you will have to do is you have to be clear. You must be clear about what you are about. Now, I know I've got some free resources that can help you sort through what you're passionate about and whatever. And, you know, at the end, if you want that, you can reach out to me, because I'm not here on this live broadcast to give you anything or to sell you anything. I'm just really giving away from my heart what I know is valuable, what has been valuable for me. I have achieved a whole lot in my life. I told you initially about how I was, raising those kids all by myself, but it was a horrible first marriage, really very bad. It very abusive in terms verbally, and then there were some physical abuse that I had to deal with. And on top of that, I felt like I was mom running here and there. My friends called me super mom, but I knew better. I knew better. I knew what I had to do, and I knew what priority was. And there was a time when my kids were way younger that I was at home a little bit, and I thought, this circumstance here at home is not working for me. I need to go do something for myself. But I didn't want to leave my kids. Hey, thank you for the love. I didn't want to leave my kids. And the two girls one was in elementary school and the other one was 4 years old. And then there was my son. And I had to leave. And I thought, what am I going to do? I don't want to go back to a job and leave them. So I thought, there is a very well-known daycare up the street. I'm going to apply to see if I can become one of the directors. And I did. And I got an assistant director position at a daycare center. That's how, and I thought, wow, this is so fantastic. I am going to be able to stay with my son now. So I can bring him with me and I'll be able to see him during the day. It's a wonderful daycare center, I thought. And so he'll see me and I'll see him, and I'll probably could pick him up and give him a kiss during the day and all of that. Well, to my shock and horror, when I went to the daycare center, and I'm telling you, it's a big chain, that some of the things that I saw that were going on there were not what the parents were told was going on. And I'm not going to call any names because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. They said, we serve 100% juice. And really, it was Kool-Aid they were giving the kids. And 2 days after I brought my son there, first I discovered that I couldn't even touch him. I couldn't reach out. I couldn't touch him. I had to walk past him as though he wasn't my child. Can you imagine my heart, how it broke? I felt so sad. And I started thinking then, this is not going to work for me. This is not why I came here. And 2 days later, he had a severe eye infection. Never in his life. Big gobs of white stuff coming out of my baby's eyes, and it was red. And I thought, oh no, I've never quit anything in my life. I always pride myself on following through what I did, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to quit this one. This is not going to be my baby suffering in this place. I can't even touch him anyway. I can't hug him. I can't kiss him. I can't reach out to him. So there is no way I'm going to be staying here. And I resigned. I walked away and I was so completely thrilled. But now remember, I told you my situation. Thank you everybody for sending those likes. I see them. Keep them coming. This is just wonderful and very inspirational. It's not easy getting on a Facebook Live, I can tell you that. But when I walked away from that, I felt so relieved because this was for the benefit of my child. So then I thought, boy, the situation at home is not really good. I need to make some income for myself here because, I was feeling pretty much like an underdog and everything. Aw, thank you, all those smiles and hearts. My goodness, I don't want to cry on this thing right here. I'm feeling very loved right now. But anyway, I went home and I decided I have to find something to do. But I waited a little bit until he was 2 years old. He was 18 months when I took him there. And then I applied to the school district to be a teacher. And so what I had to do was rearrange my life to suit my child. And I found a center that was pretty close. I did my homework. I popped in when they didn't think I was popping in. And at this particular center, I was able to pack his own food. So, I popped in to make sure they were giving him what I prepared for him. Because it's really weird what these centers do. When they say they're doing something, they're doing something else. So anyway, I was fulfilled. He was just down the road from me. There are a lot of things I had to delay in getting to my dreams, but I was still making those incremental steps. For example, when it came time for me to be promoted the next level, when I became a school administrator, I knew that next level was night and day work. By this time, the kids were all in elementary school. And I thought, well, I just need to delay this a little bit because this job is going to take me long hours. And I really do need to be there. But I continued to build and be there for them. And I used a network. There were some strategies that I used in the process that I'm going to be sharing throughout this week to help to empower you to get to where you need to get to. So you really want to be back. So now, in any event, after getting that position and becoming a teacher and fulfilling on those things, and it's one thing after another, worked on 2 advanced degrees, and I did not sacrifice my children. I was determined that I wouldn't. First, I took one class at a time when I worked at that doctorate degree. It took me 11 years. Not because I was slow, but because I didn't want to sacrifice my kids. But see, I was putting one foot in front of the other, making one step at a time because I knew where I wanted to get to. And I was still able to finish that degree before they left the house. And it's been a massive inspiration for them in terms of how they're living their lives. So it's one step at a time. So now, how do you begin to sort your dreams and your passion? How do you begin to sort to figure out how you can fulfill the highest calling and also pay attention to what's going on in your children's life? As I alluded to before, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're really going to have to figure out what you are passionate about. What is important to you? What are those things? So you have to take inventory. It can't be random things. It's got to be things that are meaningful to you. And you'll find out why I'm saying that in a little bit. But it has to be completely meaningful. Now, once you have those passions, you figure out what is valuable to you, you're going to have to take some inventory in your life. What do I mean by that? I simply mean that you are going to have to go through all of the things that you are involved in right now and figure which ones align with what's important to you. I think this is where a lot of us get in trouble. I can count on one hand, and I don't think I would get to 5, the number of things I've quit in my whole life. But yes, I've quit some things because I knew what's important to me. Now, I know there's some philosophies out there that you don't have to quit something to do some things. And I don't know about that. What I would say is you really have to identify what is your highest priority, what satisfies you as you bring yourself to this world. Because I know the people who are even on this call are big people. These are people who have massive, see, Heather, I know you're up to big things in your life. I know that. And I know that you are bringing your big value to the world. So you, as well as me, as well as all of us, we have to stop and take stock of what is it that I want to be known for? What is the problem that I want to solve in this world? What do I want to show up as? What I want to be remembered for when I depart? And once you have those questions, everything that does not align with those things, you've got to clean house. Now, how do you clean house? You don't get up and quit randomly, but you have to decommit. I've committed to some things that I really like, and then there are things that are more passionate for me, that I feel align with where I'm going, and I have to decommit. And that decommittal would be you reaching out, making contact, and requesting to be released from the responsibility that you committed to doing. That's what you're going to have to do. You don't just walk away, because I believe in integrity. Integrity is very, very key in anything that we do. So we're requesting to either take a little break or requesting to decommit from what you are involved with. Now, the way I look at it too is that if you commit to something and you request to decommit, and the person you are requesting from says, "Oh, heck no," no. Well, you kind of are responsible for fulfilling on that or finding a replacement. If you can substitute and find someone to replace you in fulfilling that, then I feel like you would have fulfilled that role. So you have to clean house. You really do have to clean house once you've taken inventory of what you need. Now, what is the next step? You start looking around at your life, who the people are that are in your network, and your children. Because there are some major key shifts that need to happen first here for you to get to there. So now you're going to take on that commitment. You're going to commit to fulfilling on the things that you have written down that you want to have in your life. And once you commit to that, I like to talk about the awareness process and just being aware of what's going on inside of you. But the whole creation piece, that is you creating who you want to show up as, who you want to be recognized as, whose troubles are you wanting to bring solutions to. You commit to whatever that is, and now you're going to set the processes in place to help you to do that. So I know I haven't touched on a lot of meat as yet, and I want to spread it out throughout the week so we can get to the different processes, because I'm going to talk about the children in the household. I'm even going to talk about school life for the kids. I'm going to talk about the whole networking process and how you're going to have a network to help you with these processes. I'm even going to talk about the relationships that you're having, not just with probably your children, but maybe your special loved ones, and some of the communication strategies or things that you can do to really enhance that, to get the support that you need to get to where you need to get to. I've always said it. They always say it takes a village to raise a child. And I always also believe that it takes a village to raise your dreams. You cannot individually fulfill that dream by yourself. And before you go and get disheartened, if you don't have a network, don't worry about it. We're going to talk about some ways to reach out and find a network so that you can fulfill this dream and this vision that you feel like you're here for. You know, my calling is to inspire women. I have such a deep burning passion for seeing people's lives, fulfilled and being full and being happy. That even if I weren't to get paid for it, I mean, I've been doing it for the longest while I held down a full-time job. But even now, as I'm doing this as my calling, I can tell you that even if I weren't to get paid for it, that's what I want. I want to see women standing strong on their 2 feet, feeling empowered, just knowing that there is absolutely nothing in this world that they could want, that they cannot achieve. And guys, I'm not against you at all. I'm sure you realize that. But I feel like there are too many women who are timid about going after what they want, either maybe because they don't know how to do it, or they have self-limiting beliefs of how to do it. All of that stuff we're going to deal with. All of that stuff, okay? So now the little home play that I'm going to give you is to figure out, go sort out now, not now, but before the next session, which is tomorrow actually at 3 p.m. Sort out what is important for you. What is really important? What are your passions? What are you really passionate about? One of the biggest joys is to see people living their passions. Again, this morning I had a client that I administered the passion test to, and I could feel the vibration through the phone line, the joy that she expressed. And I'd known her for a while, and she had, some probably confusion, maybe not necessarily full confusion about what path to take. And seeing those top 5 passions align for her and hearing the sigh of relief through the phone line was completely exhilarating for me. So that's what I want for you. I want you to be living your fullest and your best life. And hey, if I can be a part of it, I'll be right here all of this week sharing what I know, all my years of coaching professionals, CEOs, executives, classroom teachers. I'm going to be sharing all of that here that I know that will help you to get to where you want to get to. So, as I said, what I want you to do is to sort what's important to you. Make a list of that. Then make a list of all the engagements that you currently have. Everything you've committed to doing. And match the engagement to your passions. What are the things that align? The ones that don't align, clean house. Clean house. I'm telling you, that is the best way to live a passionate life. My life is not perfect, but I can tell you one thing. My life is very fulfilled and it's very happy. It is completely happy. And do I have everything that I want? No. I have everything that I need? Absolutely. And I probably have much more than I need. I don't have any kinds of complaints. I haven't reached the goals that I've set for myself, but that doesn't negate the fact that my life is completely fulfilled and happy. And this can only happen when you are living your life passionately. So align those things, and if you see anything on that list that doesn't align with what's important to you, clean house. Go ask for a decommittal. Decommit from them, because now I want you aligning everything in your life, because that's how the flow happens. And in that way also, when you do that, I believe, yes, you can have everything, because everything that you want would then be everything that completely aligns with you, the true you. Okay? If you're all over the place, scattered here and there and that, then it may not work out. But if you want everything that's aligned with who you are as a being, yes, you can have it, and I am here to show you exactly how to get it. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we're going to take up some tips of what you can begin to do to, now that you have cleaned house. You probably wouldn't have cleaned house by tomorrow, but you would be in the process, and give you some additional tips each step of the way, so that by Friday I want to hear from you. You can comment below. Hey there, Juliet. I saw that. I've been looking in that hole in the camera, and I just saw that. Hello, my friend. It's so happy to have you here with me. So yes, I completely believe that you can have it. So once again, remember, make a list of all the things that you really, really, really care about. Match it up with the things that you're engaged in right now. Plan to clean house. And then we'll come back tomorrow, where I'll begin to share with you some additional tips to get you to where you need to get to. Do we have any questions or comments at all? I see you. Mwah. I love you. I'm so happy that you joined me. And leave any questions. Like, you can write them there and I will address them now. Or if you want to PM me anything you want me to discuss, I feel like I have earned the medal. I've lived my life, and I think that's what a life coach is, right? You have to have lived it in order to guide it. That's my belief. And I certainly have lived my life, and no matter how old I am, and yeah, I am up there in age, even though a lot of people don't think that I am, I have lived through a lot of experiences. You don't have to repeat those experiences. I can simply share with you my journey to help you to navigate through yours. So any questions you have, just PM me, or you can leave them right here in the comment, and I will be very, very glad to address them. And if you need, I'm not going to thank you. I see that. Thank you very much. If you need any free resources, reach out to me. I'm not going to put anything here. As I said, all I want to do is just to share from my heart and share with you what I think is going to get you to where you need to get to. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me. I don't see any questions. And have the most amazing rest of the evening, hopefully with your family or friends or loved ones. And I'll be back here at 3 p.m. tomorrow live. Thank you very much. Mwah.